this was our most popular offering yet, grief yoga, which is incredible. And I'm all about it. I was just leaving a message for Beth before this saying, I love this because it's a way to express grief that we all have for various reasons in different ways. And that is so healthy. It's not talking about it necessarily, but it's moving your body. And the science shows that this is so healing to be able to express your feelings in different ways and also to be with it. You have to push it off maybe for certain areas of your life. You're at work. I present for a living, but then there are times when it's healthy to sit with it. And it is what it is. And everything that you're feeling is valid and okay. And grief is a normal part of life. It's not just for losing a significant other, even though we have people on here that have had tremendously significant losses. But it's also something that a lot of us are feeling, having gone through the pandemic and the isolation of the lockdown and the life that we thought we were going to have that we don't have now. And it's loss comes in so many different forms. And so I love this. I welcome everybody. We'll get going now. I'm so excited that Beth came into my life. She's going to be doing a video. We have actually a grief program in Choose Love, in the Choose Love movement. We did it in partnership with Diane Gray, who's the president of the Elizabeth Kubler-Ross Foundation, because I saw in the aftermath of the Sandy Hook tragedy that but a lot of people didn't understand grief. And there was a lot of fear around grief, even though a lot of us experience grief. Almost everyone experiences grief in some form or fashion. And so I wanted to more normalize grief, to take the fear away so that we could choose love when people around us are grieving and when we're grieving. And we can accept it and validate that in others and hold space for them, which is exactly what we're doing today. Thank you all for your courage, coming, being here together. This is so beautiful and so relating to our formula for choosing love. The courage to face our grief, the courage to be with it, the courage to learn from it, to grow from it, and to be strengthened by it even. The gratitude that we can all share for what we had and the experiences that we continue to have, the love that is still there. The love doesn't change. Somebody asked me, somebody brought their kids over and they were Jesse's friends in the very beginning, and they said, they're really missing Jesse. Can you say something to them? And I said, well, what are you really missing about him? And one of the little girls said, well, the sparkle in his eyes. And another little boy said, his laugh. And the older brother said his sense of humor. And I said, you know what? Those things are still here. Those things are still here, and we can feel gratitude for them. The love doesn't go away. And that's what we're going to be sitting in today together and appreciating the love that's here, that's going to be overflowing tonight. And then we go into forgiveness for ourselves, for any regrets that we might have. You know, my brain goes there. And I have very few regrets, but I'll find myself sitting by myself and my mind will go there to a time when maybe I made a mistake or there was something that I could have done that I didn't do. And the forgiveness for yourself, for doing the best that you could with the skills and tools you had, the forgiveness for others, for maybe not showing up or knowing what to do or say. And then the compassion in action, where we can take what we've learned and take our experience and use it to help other people. That is choosing love. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. Beth, I'm just so thrilled that you're here with us. Thank you so much. Beth is, she's an incredible woman. She's a licensed clinical social worker. She is a life coach, a Reiki master, a registered yoga teacher, a certified fire walk instructor. We're going to have to do that at one of our fundraisers, and a mom. Most importantly, a mom. And she too has gone through a traumatic loss. And so she knows. She knows. And Beth, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. And what's we're gonna get moving pretty quickly, but I'm so connected tonight with the love piece. My beloved was killed in Afghanistan 11 years ago. And the past 2 days I've been spending with some soldiers who were deployed with him, and it took them 10 years to come to me. And it took them 10 years to come to me because the love is so strong, because there was so much, and we were in these conversations around why this is still so painful. And it shifts and it changes. And the fact is that because the love is so present and strong is why my heart feels heavy today. And it's why I know I'm meant to be with you tonight. And just a really quick background is I was a school social worker for many, many years. My heart is with children. And after Ben died, I started opening up to different types of healing for myself, to energy healing. I found my mat became this oasis in this sanctuary. I hated it at first because when a yoga teacher would say, quiet your mind, I'd like, I know it. Like that, my mind was not a fun place to be. I didn't want to rest. I didn't want to be with my feelings. But over time, allowing myself that space to really let things flow through. You know, trauma lives in our bodies. And so I found enormous healing on my yoga mat. And over time, I chose to become certified in all these things so that I could then give back in different ways to people who were in grief and trauma. And what I know today to be true is that grief is love, and that we can, at any moment, whether it's just, it ebbs and flows, but that we can transform the grief and trauma and the pain to a place of love. And even tonight, if that is for one breath, then thank you. If that is for one breath, and it's beautiful. I want, before we have started, but I want to invite you to just write in the chat box 1 or 2 words of just how you're feeling right now. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, just how you feel right now. Just a headline, 1 or 2 words of where you are today, just an emotion that you're experiencing. Broken, anxious, heavy, sad and tired. Hear you. Heavy chest, empathizing, yes. Hopeful, down and a little down. Thank you, everybody. So first of all, you have permission tonight to show up in any way that you need. If you would like to lay down and rest the whole time and not move at all, fantastic. If you want to do what I'm doing, fantastic. If you want to make up your own moves, that's great. Whatever, you can do this practice from a chair. You can lay down in your bed. I'm going to be on my mat, but I will guide you through. You don't even have to have any yoga experience. We're not doing this really vinyasa flow. This is an experience about emotional liberation. So you don't have to have any yoga experience. Again, please rest at any time. You can have your video off if you like. You can have your video on. There are no rules except for that you are present and you are here. And thank you for that. And thank you for the courage to showing up to something called grief yoga. And yeah, Scarlett, it's like I saw, you know, when it kept on coming up in the calendar and the emails of like week of fun grief yoga, it's all of it. We are in the duality of all of it. And so thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you tonight. I am going to, just a couple logistical things. I'm going to ask you at different points throughout the experience, if you want to be invited to journal. And again, if you don't, that'll just be a time to take a break. There will be a space where I'm going to ask or invite you, if you'd like, to turn your sound, I can't come up with the words right now. Turn your sound on so we can hear you. Unmute yourselves. It's been a long day. Okay, so, and that will be your choice too, if you'd like to unmute yourselves, and I'll let you know when. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I will have my phone with me just because I'm looking at time, just so you know. Okay, can you all see me okay? So,
can you move the mic a little bit closer to you? It's hard to hear you.
How's that? Is that better?
It is better.
Thank you. Yeah, if you can't hear me, just shout out because I won't be able to see it. Is that good? You can hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. So either on your chair or on your mat, start to find a comfortable seat, whatever that may look like to you. And I invite you to close your eyes. And if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, that's okay. Just gaze down at a space in front of you. And let's begin to take a few conscious breaths just to transition from some of the conversation to a space of presence. Noticing how your body is feeling today. Notice how your breathing is. Noticing the thoughts in your mind and your emotions. So please bring one hand to your heart. Allow your other hand to hold that hand. And as we enter this experience together, please take a moment to feel into your heart who you'd like to dedicate this class to tonight. And perhaps you're dedicating it to a loved one, perhaps you're dedicating it to yourself. And if you'd like, say this person's name aloud. Breathe. And you're slowly releasing your hands, placing them palms down on your thighs. When we are in a space of trauma or grief, life can feel very uncertain and shaky, and palms down can help ground us and keep us present. So start to feel the space beneath your sitting bones. Know that you are supported no matter what, held up by the earth. You need to lengthen the base of your spine, lifting up through your ribs. Maybe you roll your shoulders up and back. Start to soften the muscles in your face. Even separating your teeth. And as much as you feel yourself rooting down, imagine that there is this golden thread right at the top of your head, lifting up towards the sky. Start to slow down your breath. Practice a 3-part breath. So breathe into your belly, rising up into your ribs, and landing into your heart. Exhaling down from your heart, passing through your ribs, and softly landing into your belly. Continue this 3-part breath This is a breathing technique that scientifically slows down your system. So when we're in that space of emotions that are challenging, our breath can get constricted. So let your breath be a tool for bringing some ease. Two more rounds. As you slow down your breath, just begin to check in with your mind and notice if it's slowed down at all. If it hasn't, that's okay. You're human. Your mind's going to wander. Try the phrase begin again. When your mind wanders, begin again. And know that you can begin again every day, every hour, every minute, every breath. Begin again with less judgment and more compassion. We're beginning with a space of awareness. Awareness of where your grief is in your body. We know that phrase, or that phrase, the issues are in our tissues. So we're going to start to get curious about where grief lives in your body as we start to move. So start to gently make some circles with your neck. You can hold a lot of tension, a lot of frustration in our neck and our shoulders. Starting to move your neck around at your own pace. And changing directions. Always an invitation to close your eyes or keep them open, either way. Sometimes when we close our eyes, it can allow us to go inward, taking away that one sense. And then maybe starting to roll your shoulders up and back again, just starting to really warm up our body, noticing where any discomfort may be. Roll them in the other way. And then bring your left hand down to the side, reach your right arm up and over. Just feel that full body stretch, and maybe make some circles with your arm. Go at your pace. Hold to one side, take a breath in. On your exhale, turn just go a little bit further, maybe with your fingers. All the way up through center, and then bring your right hand down, left arm to the side, and reach. I'm going to make some circles with this arm. So as we move through tonight, I am going to ask you or encourage you to kind of dive into some of the emotions, some of the struggle. But I promise you I'm not going to keep you there. Keep your arm lifted. Move through them, and at again, anytime you want to take a break, take a break. But we're going to use this time together to really get aware of what's showing up for you. Come all the way up, lift up a little bit more, and on an exhale, twist to one side. As you twist, imagine that you're leading with your heart. Big breath in, and big breath out. Inhale, both arms come up, and exhale, twist to the other side. Lead with your heart. Inhale through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Okay, let's swing our bodies around to a tabletop pose, and if you're on your chair, that's okay too. We're gonna move through our spine a little bit, and again, with grief, remember our bodies can feel really constricted, so we're going to open them up a little bit. So from a tabletop pose, or if you're on your chair, you can do this just opening and closing your spine. We'll move with some cat cow, so inhale, lifting up, and exhale, rounding your back. and go at your pace. Take the next about 30 seconds or so, and you can stay here, or sometimes I like to swan dive down, rise up, and then go back to a child pose. So take about 30 seconds and flow with what feels best to you. What does your body need right now? You stay in one place that feels like there's some stickiness. And then let's all meet in child's pose. Child's pose, your big toes touch. Your knees are kind of up to the side and your hips are reaching towards your heels. Your arms are out in front of you or down by your side with your palms open. So child's pose is there for you anytime tonight you'd like to come back to. Take a few breaths here. Slowly rising back up. Bring your knees back in. We're going to bring, just really briefly, bring our bodies up to a downward facing dog. And finding our way to a standing pose. And once you've found yourself up, bring your arms all the way up, palms to touch at the top. Take a breath in, and on an exhale, open up, bending your elbows to a gentle back bend to open up your heart. Inhale, arms come up, palms touch, and exhale, start to fold down. Curl into a little ball. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bring your heels down and your hips come up. Pause for a moment. Bring your arms out like wings and then rise up. Palms touch the top, hands down by your heart. We'll flow through that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, gentle back bend, opening up your heart a little bit more here. Arms come back up. And exhale, hold down. Pause here. And then bring your body into a ball. Starting to pay attention again what it feels like to flow through some of your emotions, or what it feels like when you're still or stuck in them. Heels come down, hips come up, rise up, palms to touch, and hands down by your heart. We're going to pause here for a moment. Please take out your journal, and this will be just about less than a minute. If you don't want to write, you can just rest for a moment. And really the question is about what shows up in awareness in your body. What are you noticing in your body right now? And we'll take just about a minute, and when you're complete, we'll come back to a standing pose. Always come back to the writing later on. Okay, so put your pen down. We're going to move into a space of expression. So this is the part of the class. If you'd like to take yourselves off of mute, feel free. If not, that's okay. we start to become aware of our emotions. What we're going to do is we're going to express them through in a different way than we may have ever been guided. We're going to use movement, breath, and sound. So these are exercises that are really used as a way to release these emotions using our sound and breath and body. So this may feel a little bit awkward or uncomfortable, but give it a try. So this first one is called throwing away the struggle. So I'm going to ask you to tune in, tap into any of that frustration, the disappointment, and we're going to bring our arms all the way up on an inhale and on an exhale. Ha! Ha! Now you may want to yell out really loud, or maybe it's a ha. 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 I'm going to stay with it a little bit longer. Ha. 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 And pause and breathe. Shake it out a little bit. So in our grief, when we may feel anger that is so big and unmanageable. In this next exercise, we're gonna encourage you to see how you can break up some of that anger and that rage. So we're gonna imagine literally that we have an axe in our hand, and imagine that grief in front of you on the ground. And a big breath in. Ha! It may be softer. Ha! Whatever you feel guided. Ha! 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 We're gonna stay with it, but maybe you take a break if you need. Imagine chopping this up into pieces that are a little bit more tolerable. Give yourself permission to get angry. It's okay. Ha! 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 And pause, maybe shake it out a little bit. Place your feet flat on the earth. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and breathe. Know that whatever you're experiencing, you are present, you are safe, you are here. I'm right here with you. So many times in grief, we can feel trapped, we can feel isolated. So in this next exercise, we're going to bring our arms out parallel by our chest, bend your knees, or you can do this again from your chair. We're using empowerment and courage to liberate ourselves from this feeling trapped. So take a breath in. Ha! 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 Maybe it's ha. 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 Stay with it. Ha. Ha. Pause, breathe, shake it out. So many times we hold on to expectations. So this next exercise gives us this opportunity to open up to what is possible and release some of the expectations. So open it up really wide. And on the exhale, windmilling down. Ha! 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 Or again, maybe it's really gentle. Come on up and pause and breathe. I'm going to guide you through. So many times our systems are getting revved up. Trauma will do that. Grief will do that. These experiences are giving our body a chance to sort of get through this, but maybe we need to bring it down. So I'm going to offer you an opportunity right now. This is called the bumblebee breath. I'm going to demonstrate it to you. You can do it on your own. So you can bring your thumbs kind of go by your ears and they hold your earlobe so you don't be able to hear me. And your hands can either be on your head or cover your eyes, and you're just going to hum. This soothes our system. So go through 2 rounds. I'll demonstrate if you want. So go through 2 full rounds, and when you're complete, come on back. When you feel complete, bring your arms down by your sides. This next movement is called the circle of life. I'm going to invite you to bring one hand down by your side. You're going to bring your arm all the way up, making circles, changing directions. And just continue breathing, envisioning the circle of life. And then pause. Bring your arms to a cradling pose. And just sway back and forth. And perhaps you're cradling your loved one. Perhaps you're cradling your inner child. What do you need right now? Again, moving through the circle of life. Going at your pace. Bring your arms again. Cradling slowly. And again, finding stillness. Placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Pause and breathe. Notice. Allow. And then begin to make your way again back down to your seat. Once you're seated, take a look at the ground right in front of you. And imagine that there is a big old pile of weeds. And each of these weeds represents a if only, a should have, a what if. And taking your hand and visualizing, literally grabbing that weed, digging in and releasing behind you. All of those regrets, should haves, what ifs. Reach down, pull in, and release them behind you. Your time here. And pause for a moment. And just for about a minute, if you'd like to write in your journal just how it felt to express in a different way. Just about a minute, and if you don't want to write right now, how it felt to express in this way. Maybe in between your writing, you gaze down at that space in front of you and you get curious and you wonder what is possible to plant. It's hope, love, peace. Bring your pen and paper down and go back to right here. I want you to close your eyes. We have moved through the body, the breath, the mind. There is a layer among you that is your witness, your observer. It is the most compassionate, loving part of you. It's the part of you that knows you can do no wrong, unconditionally loves you like your bestest friend. And often this part of us hides. So for now, I invite you to invite this part of you almost to step outside of you and then turn around and gaze right into your eyes. And they see you. Coming back to awareness of where grief lives in your body. Please place your hands on the part of your body where you feel like grief lives. And then imagine this part of you, your witness, your observer, seeing where your pain is, really seeing you. And they say to you, I witness your grief. I see your healing. And again, they say to you, I witness your grief. And I see your healing. Pause and breathe. Stay here for just another moment. Notice anything showing up for you right here, right now. We are moving into a space of connection. Connecting to ourselves. Connecting to one another. Connecting to whatever spirit may lead to you, something bigger. And to the power of being witnessed. Releasing your hands down by your sides. And then bending at the elbows. Start to gently move our elbows back as we open up our chest. And exhale, rounding your back, bringing your arms forward. Staying with this flow, moving meditation. Inhale, lifting your heart, opening up. Exhale, rounding your back. Arms come forward. In grief, so many people have an agenda of how fast we're supposed to move through. Go at your pace. Can you imagine here, almost like the front door of your heart is opening and the back door of your heart is opening. Maybe you even imagine your angels in front of you or behind you, or maybe beside you. Bringing your hands back through center, connecting your pinky fingers so that your hands are shaped almost like a cup. And gaze down in front of you again, and imagine right in front of you now this bowl of divine liquid golden light. And dipping your hands into this light, then raising your hands up. And imagine bathing or blessing yourself, really taking your time here, starting at the crown of your head, tracing over your eyes, your mouth, neck, heart. Take your time. And again, dipping in. Giving yourself this gift, this most nourishing, divine, light bath. Keep pausing anywhere on your body to feel it, to love. Stay with it a few more times. And then bringing your palms together right at your heart. Move through an appreciation practice. So with your hands by your heart, tune into anything that you feel gratitude or appreciation for. I know that sometimes that can be challenging. Maybe it's that the sun came up, or there's food on your table, or a smile from a friend. When you have that in your heart, bring your hands forward and say thank you. Feel into another one, bring it back into your heart. Again, forward. Quiet for just a moment, tune into your own appreciation, gratitude. And move also into a form or a version of the Ho'oponopono prayer. You know, the forgiveness prayer. With our hands together and arms forward. Love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I'm sorry. forgive. And I'm sorry. If you have another version of this that you know, by all means, do that one. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. And taking a moment again now just to journal for about a minute about how it feels or what connection feels like to you right now. What connection feels like to you in this moment. Your hands down, and again, we can always come back to that. And we're going to make our way down to our backs. So we have moved through awareness and expression and connection, and we're shifting to a space of surrender. Surrendering our body, surrendering our thoughts, our emotions. So bringing your feet right about hip distance, your palms are facing down, and you can make this super restorative. We're going to go into a bridge pose. If you have a pillow, you can put it underneath you or lift your hips up towards the sky. Let your body almost represent a bridge of hope. And slowly release down. Bringing your feet about mat width apart, we're going to move our body into a twist. So both your knees go over to the right, gaze over to the left, and your arms can either be up to a T, or I actually like to place mine on my belly. People often view surrender as giving up or forgetting or letting go. And everybody can have a perspective, but it doesn't ever mean that we let go of the love. What if it just means that we give ourselves permission to let go of some of the pain, even if for a breath? Surrendering into grace, compassion, forgiveness. Knees come back up to center and bring them over to the left, knees over to the right. Knees come back up for center. We're going to head towards our final resting pose, Shavasana. I'm going to sit up. I invite you to stay laying down. If there's any way that you need to move your body right now before stillness, I invite you to do that. But preparing for rest, please bring your legs out long And if you remember in the beginning of class, we had our palms facing down as a gesture of grounding. I invite you to keep your palms open as a gesture of receiving. So it's going to be quiet for a few minutes, and you're not going to hear my voice, but I promise we'll be right here with you. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself a little bit of quiet. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Very slowly, bring some gentle movement to your body. Maybe you take a full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. Make your way onto your side and then back up to a seated pose. With your eyes closed. And once you're there, place one hand on your heart and hold the other hand. And just like we did in the beginning of class, bring into your heart who you dedicated this class to. I invite you to see that person, the time they were happy, joy, time of love. And if you'd like to say their name out loud again, then connecting your palms together at your heart. Let the left palm touch the right palm. Bring awareness to this space in the middle, space where joy and pain meet, where light and dark meet. Gently bowing your head towards your heart, honoring yourself for showing up tonight. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. I wish you peace in your body, in your mind, in your heart. May the light of my heart shine into the light of your heart. say before you get up, two things, well, a few things, but take a minute, please, before we come back to write what surrender feels or means to you. And then we'll come back to this. If you're ready, you can put your pen down. And I would ask you if you'd like to write in the chat box of how you're feeling now. And also just to let you know that things may show up, and to be really, really gentle, compassionate, and kind to yourself. Tonight, tomorrow, but you just experienced something very profound. It is one of the most humbling things that I share with people. And I want to just say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to witness you. If anybody, I'm open if anybody has any questions or comments or wants to share.
Beth, you give grief yoga, you have sessions, and so I put your website in the chat, and so you do this on a regular basis, and I just want everybody who's on here to know that. So if you really, you know, like I just really got a lot out of that, and I know that others did too. And so please check out Beth's website and see the other classes that she offers. I love one of them, Be Love Ed.
Yeah. So Beloved, yeah, Beloved is, so yeah, I teach grief yoga once a month. And Beloved is a class that I co-lead with a friend. And it all started out of this concept of like, I needed to be my own beloved. And so we created this experience together. And I'm sorry, guys, this one's just for women. It's an experience where we collectively share story through gesture and movement, and we collectively create like this video. We don't always have a video, but like a movement diary, and it's all about self-love, being your own beloved.
Do you have one for guys too?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. If you identify as a woman, you can come.
All right. Well, we were lucky tonight.
But grief yoga is once a month. So yeah, please, if you want to reach out to me, please do. I'm here. I'm with you. I understand. I'm walking along right with you. And what I feel like is, again, creating this space so that we can transform our story of grief and trauma to a story, a self-love story. Really.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone that joined.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.